Итак, мы поговорили с этими мужиками. Нужно поболтать с Кимом.
Yes? What do you want to know? Good.
No response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice.
Try work. The case at hand. It can not
The RCM.
focus on other people.
A moment passes.
What about me? Good.
Ладно. За сами награду хорош. Молодец. Так и надо. Я полагаю, короче, туда не пройти. Какое место для свидания? Ничего не знаю. Hobocop is back. I'm not a Hobocop.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Hailostam. You must be Kim Kituragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very
Nice to meet you.
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they... No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why? Well, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
He's not gonna give you money. What are you doing? Clearly you were just profiling. No, I mean, come on. You need the money. If it's not a thing, he can give you some.
Of course, Detective, I wouldn't have assumed anything else. Matter of fact, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but the Vespertine Department of Justice has published a rather interesting paper on the criminal profiling in former socialist states. Have you read it? If not, then you definitely should. If not for tips and tricks, then just for theoretical curiosity. Anyway, that's just a little something that sprang to mind. Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D?
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore. You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
Mea culpa. You are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead. It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here. It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer. An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution, revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet. Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
Верю.
They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases, the most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars. What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bom Becer d'Insolent. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get
У меня
Miguel to memorize
постгташный
it.
синдром.
Tried
Извини.
to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention. Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
Buckle up.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins, Keith and Guy Jews, joined the team. Trying to.
He did it. He said, Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Art. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to. In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Ну чё, так, ну... Я 4 часа резетил первый сегмент. Я за 4 часа увидел вторую часть игры только один раз. Те моменты, когда игра давала мне выйти с первого сегмента, она мне самым нахальным и самым, я не знаю, блин, брутальным, наверное, образом убивала ран. Это... Ну, блядь, просто нужно было посмотреть немножечко, что там было.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Текст голубы проверим. Вот так вот сделаем.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The Felt playback experiment vanished into the fires of 07. Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the
По-моему,
felt
я видел вот
polygonal
эту вот
appearance.
машину, о которой он разговаривает в проклятой торговой зоне. На последнем этаже, там, где девушка сидит, которая кубики делает.
Who knows?
По-моему, это она и
Maybe it was
есть.
an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass the excesses of the revolution?
Officer, I told you this chapter of history wasn't on Mikhail's curriculum yet.
Потому что не все люди на стриме знают английский
The
язык.
boy looks first at you, then back at his father.
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer there were a big wheel.
Yes, to lure in, but of course, what else? No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Pick your brain. If anything, this was... You see, a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out.
Так, что здесь? Деньги. Что это такое? То есть это ничего не делает. Ладно. Как скажешь. Я не понимаю, куда я иду. Церковь. О. Церковь.
A metal payphone under a... You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Так, поехали. Йоло.
Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone.
Pierre? Is that you, Pierre? So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely.
I don't know what call I'm making, but yes.
Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it...
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not. Calling. Still again? Seriously? Someone with a masculine voice picks up.
Hello, Gerard speaking.
Hello, Gerard. Technically speaking, your electricity.
No, but I got a feeling I'll kick your ass is gonna make an appearance if you ever call this number again. Have a good one, asshole.
Получишь люлей. Жесть, нормальный. Окей, мне это нравится.
Phone disconnect tone. Calling, calling. Still.
Stop calling me, man. I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Let me work.
The phone gets hanged up fast as light disconnect. Calling.
I'm tired. If I could go just 1 month without writing, no, 2 months, I could regenerate my brain. Fucking liberalism.
The man disappears. You do not hear the customary disconnect tone. Seems like it did not have time to swallow the coin. Lucky you. The call went too fast for the payphone to register. You can still make a new one without paying.
YOLO!
You close your eyes and put your index finger on the rotary dial. Then pull down on the number. Then, strange. This is not how you started before. You dialed 001. This is not the area code of Revachol. It is another destination on another Isola, some far-off nation-state. 005 is Revachol, ZOC. 001 is Grad, on the Gradian Isola, where the telephone was invented. The next 2 digits you dial are the area code for the city of Mirova. 414447. The rotary dial feels cold from the sea air. 1117361. Your fingers keep moving like a spider every time the ring rotates back with a little ring of metal, like a bell tolling. Yes, 451-67451. You are going deeper now, into some unknown place, far away from this island of matter and its telecommunication networks. 451. You have dialed God knows how many numbers. The headset has been waiting silently to relay a signal. Surely nothing can come of this.
What am I calling?
You think. But it does. A connection. An ultra-long distance call. Your air fills with a crackle, the wash of a strange ocean full of white noise. A little bird starts ringing in there, not like the local calling tone before. No, a small ring in a cage of distortion, far away. A distant network of phones. Calling in the saddest sound in the world. Calling still.
Красная проверка? Wait, what? What the fuck? Oh, and I can't save scam it. Well, whatever. No save scamming.
Callings. Then the ocean breaks. Out of the depths, a woman's voice emerges. Small. The dearest thing you've ever heard.
Hello?
Алло, привет, шаманенка.
Who is this? Dora, who is this? The connection is bad.
Dora. The name feels like a gift. A gift that was meant for you, to make it possible to live.
No. It's you, isn't it? It's you. You're not a Kingsman, Harry. You're drunk.
Бля.
You only have 2, maybe 3 things left to say before the change runs out.
Oh, God. Do you know what time it is? It's so late here. It's 4 o'clock, Harry. I need to wake up in 2 hours.
She does not answer anymore.
Harry.
Disconnect tone. The machine ran out of money.
Ну ладно.
You dial the number again. In the calling. Calling. It looks like she doesn't want to pick it up, Harry. Stop scaring her. Come on, you know why. Calling.
Harry, please. Please. I'm going to hang up.
Phone disconnect tone. You dial the number again. Calling. And calling for who knows how long. But no one answers. You need to insert more money.
Да, телефон. Сейчас еще health damage дадут, не так ли? Эй!
The cold metal is hard and hurts your knuckles. You look at them, turning purple.
А где похилиться тут?
It didn't give you any fun for that money. Your hand is turning blue now.
Ну это нечестно, я все
Blood
хилки
drips
на
to
этот
the
телефон
ground.
потратил. Меня игра развела на телефон, на деньги. Я зачем деньги потратил? Для того, чтобы
Bent
это...
metal, broken glass. Your
Я
path
в шоке.
lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter. Kudos.
Молодец, возьми с полочки пирожок. Так. Окей, ребят, время думать. У меня есть 1,5 думалки. Давайте что-нибудь удалим. Болевой порог нужен. Эмпатия минус электрохимия. А, я белый траур хотел убрать, потому что отдаление камеры ультрамусор. Так, окей. Центр или противопредметный спецотряд? Но все вот это не выглядит чем-то очень нормальной историей. Тут как бы выбор. Либо телебом ставить, либо противопредметный спецотряд. Я считаю, что нам нужен телебом. Современная расовая теория пусть будет, потому что концептуализация вроде неплохой навык пока что. Я ни разу не получил ни одного единицы золота вот за это чудо, поэтому забываем. Ставим сюда противопредметный спецотряд. Так. У меня нет какого-либо здоровья, поэтому сохраняемся здесь. И давайте найдем что-нибудь смешное. Что это? Наверное, всегда, когда пойдет снег. Странное чувство. Ладно. Опять же, сначала нужно нам посмотреть на то, что здесь еще есть. Так, ты что такое? Это, наверное, ловушка. Это ловушка здесь? Что это такое? Ну да, и что это? Это баг? Это... По-моему, это баг какой-то, я не знаю. Очень странно выглядит. Ребёшка стоит слаба, распнуть по пьяням. Нормально. Так, что у нас тут есть? Так, тут ледышки всякие смешные. Так. Окей, тут кто-то есть, и тут что-то тоже есть. Мусор после вечеринки, колышек, этнические рисунки, а это мост.
A pane of Eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a
Hardcore
soft
10?
thunk.
Really? Why not?
We should ask
Check
that
out.
girl on the ice what's going on here.
A shaggy-looking girl
I said.
in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Here,
Oh. Hello there.
it's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to pop.
Huh? So should you. Oh, I didn't notice that. Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law.
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me. A cell. Okay, it's Burger.
A very common name. You have little reason to doubt that's her real name. But she's not all that surprised by this cop show questioning, is she?
Well, it's just questioning, right? You're just questioning me. It's what cops do. Once or twice, yeah. I'm sorry I haven't had the Revachol experience they get east of the river. Rich people. Rich people are east of the river. Aren't they? I thought they were as Vachalaire as any of us. Just way richer.
Oh.
Maybe you're right. Most of them do speak 3 languages. The usual. I had a shitty run as a teenager. You know, drinking, getting into fights. The ugly stuff that happens when you move out your parents' place at 13. In Forberg.
Interesting term. Time to glean some knowledge.
My dad was a drunk. Plus, I guess, I just wanted to drink too, you know. Get my party on.
She nods very cautiously.
A cell. Why? Okay, it's
A very common name.
this. It's a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
I'm talking that drugs are
Actually, just
bad.
one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone. A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike. No idea.
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble. Same place I got the recorder from, the Elysium. Oh man, you haven't been to the Elysium? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck, or really be a Elysium going kind of person. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means either. That's cool. Sucks, man. Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps? Yeah, I record stuff with it. Ah, no. This is a contact microphone. It's for recording inside solid objects. Contact mic just beats people up.
I am going to
An
do this,
entire
I guess.
litany spews forth.
Wait, what the fuck? Я не знаю, что здесь выбрать.
Man, you are one weird cop. What is it with you and this Mike guy? Okay, if it floats your boat, I'll be more like Contact Mike and less like me. I'll keep that in mind for future use. Okay, recording, I guess. I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound. The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden.
Take this, your call.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said...
It's okay.
Thanks.
Вот... где? Что? Твою мать... Не... I got scammed.
That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not going to be a Palaceum, that's for sure. Yeah, Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
And why is that?
They got too much stuff crammed in there, no room. Music stuff mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. And there's piles of it. That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter, I can take the cold. Go ahead.
The device is cold to the touch. An angular Omicron logo adorns
Yeah,
the
I
long
did.
plastic cover. Underneath you see a reel of tape rolling. You put the device back on the ice.
It's supposed to become, like, a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah,
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking.
Like, exactly like GTA
Far
speedruns.
east of the Golden Delta, beyond the industrial port, there is a black patch of unlit coast with the smallest creatures on the ice. There will never be a club for anodic music here. Not in a million years.
I know. It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it. Hey, you two are cops. Okay, well, maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys, because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it, right? They're inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else? You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments. Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
You see clear, beautiful,
Нормально.
violent flashes of light.
Не знаю,
Light
пока это
cutters
лучший
through a
персонаж на
smoke-filled
самом деле.
darkness. That this is an evolutionary step up from amplified instruments, which in turn are a step up from acoustic instruments. What comes after it, you wonder? A black-tinted nothingness or something finer?
Go ahead.
Окей, эмпатия, значит. Эмпатия. И шляпа нужна. Шляпа. Эмпатия. А, у меня шляпы нет. Я дал свою единственную шляпу. Да твою ж налево. Мне что-нибудь на эмпатию. Минус риторика. Слушайте, есть определенная проблема. We have a problem. Эмпатия. Ну, вчера будет эмпатия. Так. Эмпатия. А где... А, вот эмпатия.
Hello again.
The device is still warm from her
Easy.
touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands. She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup. The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
What is?
Контактный майк. Так.
I can't believe this turned into another mic thing. Fine. Okay, I'll stick to it. I'll knock it out in 3 rounds. So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer? Come on, I can tell. But, okay. Be a boyadero about it if you want to. What is it?
Я не знаю, что мне здесь ответить, честно.
Oh, really? So, the thing that's been eating you is the slow pace of social progress. Okay, so you're not that upset, it sounds like. Uh-huh. And you're sure it's social progress you're distressed about, and not, I don't know, some chick?
Perhaps.
Okay. Why'd you think that? Wow, man. That's pretty symbolic. Don't you think? Okay. What else? There you have it then. Chick trouble. Not political after all. Who was she? Really? You seem to be pretty upset about this chica. Are you... Wow, man. That's some pretty strange shit. Are you sure the letters were for you? How come you don't remember, though? Is it like some selective memory thing? Yeah, or it might be that. This one time I did so much booze that I forgot too.
It's obvious she's done more than booze.
Or it might just be some psych bullshit, you know? Königstein wank.
Чё?
You know, the psych thing they've got going on there. Rich people like it. People in Königstein are mostly rich. You're welcome. Might be for the best to keep that shit forgotten though. Just my opinion. If it itches, don't scratch.
Alright. Чё мы получили?
Dumpty Dom Center.
Что это такое?
You're at home, stupid cop. Not with the art crowd. You hate them. Everyone hates them. Even they hate themselves. It's nauseating. An industry built on sprezzatura and sparkling wine. And, let's be honest, tax evasion schemes. The Humpty Dumpty Dom Center is the heart of this unholy symbiosis of aesthetics and tax optimization.
Парнёшка.
And now that you've internalized it, you can have a piece too.
Ребята, я фармить буду. В душе, конечно, -2 неприятно. We need to internalize Mike's story. Well... I'm not sure. The bonuses are absolutely horrible, to be honest. Like, I lose logic, conceptualization, and the stuff. And in return, I get, well, I don't know. Время изучения. Так я понимаю, что это на время изучения, но, блин. Это все равно очень, я не знаю, странно. Ну, так похуй, изучай, ладно. А у меня очков надо, нет. Мне нужно сохраниться.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home.
A young man with peroxide
Hey,
blonde
come
hair
on.
holds up a Harman Walshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret.
Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! Internally coherent! All core! All right! Yeah!
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
Is it though? But is it? I mean, really?
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent.
What?
But you haven't gotten there yet.
I am the mic enforcer. I am the chicks checker. Yeah!
Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths?
Wait,
You think?
what? Решите загадку? Какую нахуй загадку? Чё, блядь?
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
There is definitely something futuristic about his hair, aggressively so. You get the sense that this is what the future will look like. Imbecilic, yes, should the future ever come, it will look deeply imbecilic. His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you
Ну
suspiciously.
и голова у него, конечно.
And Egghead. Egg!
Камон, это Egg? Чего?
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers. We have many in the pipeline, officer.
That means they haven't set up a single one yet.
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues. Ah, so you've met her. Good, good. Yeah, it's a matter of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads!
Burnouts! Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that! The world!
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there were the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
They're spooky. I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
То есть очень хотят,
Also,
окей.
they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs.
Почему
No one
он...
can dance like that.
Почему он здесь говорит нормально, а со мной он спамит
Thank
хуйню?
you, egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for. All right, man.
Andre's obviously very
No
happy you took
problem.
him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies. Well, he's just kinda here. I don't really know how to communicate with him. Yeah, sometimes, when I stumble and find my way into his centre, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself.
Oh yeah, that's a Meteor name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know? I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation. And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Mekarazium church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, made the innocentic system, no? You're right, they do.
The Mekarazium church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Mekarazium posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance. Love is hardcore.
Unity! Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
Блять.
You feel it, the anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters.
Oh yeah, it can.
He's coming around. You're getting it.
Feels good. Feels good.
Yeah! Yakokata, the place to be.
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of pericarnassianism.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew. I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to
Его друг сжимает руку в кулак, не упуская при этом отвертку. Жест полного одобрения. То есть у мужика в руках отвертка, он ее сильнее сжимает.
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head.
Yes. What? Yeah, Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even is running water. Oh. It's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that he nods enthusiastically. No doubt, a little relieved.
Логика невозможно
Oh,
17.
alright.
You sense the trajectory of the little piece of metal and plastic. Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly.
Easy.
The young man with ribcage-shaped suspenders looks at you. The word august used as an adjective. That's how cool it feels to be old and cool in the eyes of the young. Let's face it. You're
20%, ребят, GTA Vice
the
City.
golden rays of stately grandeur, like a tequila sunset. Of course you are. It's too late to be a tequila sunrise now.
Dex
There will
build.
be no sunrise.
Yes.
Not for you.
Not long. Like a week, maybe? Thank you. We just thought it was the right thing to do. Not long. I'm super...
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here,
Опа, деньги
there
фарм.
was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
Exactly. That's exactly what we thought.
The cage of the rage! Rough blaze!
Egg means the situation is more...
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it. As all...
Так.
The young man
Ладно.
with
This is hardcore. Hardcore! Hardcore to the internally coherent. All-core! All...
he furrows his
Hardcore! Ah!
The question is, what is the question? But there was no question.
Back to the heavyweight jam. Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega, internally All-core!
he furrows his brow.
Hardcore! Ah!
Is it though? But is it? I mean, really? No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
А?
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gislain, right next to the canal. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore. Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last months, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper? It's like it's only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto. Like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
Wow! Culture cop! I think you might be right. But how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be? What? Guys, there's something happening in his head. Oh yeah! He's doing it!
But you're not. This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason.
I know! So does mine! No! This is the answer! Uh-huh. No! Yeah!
Избить мужик... Не, никакого это.
Lungs are for love! When Dolores Day was anointed innocence, her lungs started glowing.
Нет, реально лучше все. Friendship ended with там девушка, которая там что-то слушает, лед. Этот мужик лучший.
Are the lungs not the place where you hold the breath of your soul?
I think so. Highly gaily. No nation,
What do you
but
mean?
transnation. No war, but class war.
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things. Odds are, sooner or later one of them will come off as fault reading.
Yeah! Reversion imperative!
Unless you were thinking Reverchol imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with Eggs yelling. That's fucked up, man. Lying like that. And a cop too. He's not a communist. It's just something he like.
Yeah! Yeah! Dark hardcore!
Basically, yes it is.
Значит, давайте не будем мужика бить, он не заслужил того, чтобы его били.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good. It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading. Yeah, gotta compare. I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do. The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Чё? Я не понял, подожди, что? Окей. Вот этот Акапалипсис, это вообще херня какая-то. Пишу отсюда. Ладно. 15 минут. Если это фигня, я буду очень недоволен. Я застрял! I'm stuck! I'm stuck! I'm stuck! Door stuck! Я застрял. Я застрял. I can't move. Я застрял. Я застрял! А что делать? Я застрял. I beg you. What? I'm stuck. Подожди-ка. А я уже с ними говорил или я не говорил?
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of
Ой,
stuff.
блядь.
You go. I'm sure.
A young man, as though
Hardcore, internally coherent, all
he furrows.
hardcore. Ah!
The question is, what is the question? But there was
Could there have been a... The young...
This hardcore, internally coherent, all core,
He furrowed.
hardcore.
Is it though? But is it? I mean, no, but
The skip the result. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore.
There's not some, isn't some, it's like, I think,
If anything, it's
wow, I think you might be right. But how, no! This is the answer! Yeah! No nation, but Trump,
He's not.
yeah!
Don't be.
Yeah!
Unless you were thinking.
Holocaust, yeah! But lungs off of vent,
why wouldn't they?
I think so. Highly gaily. All
Так. Не забыть копа. Беру вот это. Сохраняюсь. На всякий случай.
Go speak to Andre. I suck at socialising, man.
The young man picks up a thin metal saw blade. You see,
Hello,
there is imbecilic. His grip.
this is my
The young
egg together with a settled burger. You see,
also,
yeah, place. I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. Us, yeah,
an attempt.
I'm talking
Don't burn it. Well,
and
He leans back. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an
Yes, yes. And the worst part is, I was also people. So you're gonna look into it, all right?
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously.
Oh yeah.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might
You know, of Meteo, a cut.
one of the poorest of the first world nations today, but once a great ancient.
Come to think of it, and they have roots in ancient mass society. You're right.
the pet love,
You
make some,
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing.
oh yeah,
He's coming around.
your pup,
And where is your posse, detective? Nothing comes. Feels.
Are we?
yeah! Yeah!
You see,
Do it for. I didn't.
the one with the large head.
Truth. Well,
This machine,
when I first wanted.
Andre,
Oh,
no, felt
for this man,
not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. Like, it wasn't quite.
not you.
It was this. Yeah, you know, it was.
Odd.
Какой
Crabs
человек?
are usually
Что?
marine creatures and not known for climbing walls.
Ладно.
Yeah, totally.
you should ask her.
There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with.
You should talk to Noid about that. Well,
This is a below feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
I'm 70% sure they're substance users. Sure. What? Yes. Yeah, yeah. It's the one.
It's like he's lying.
Yeah, yeah. Good to have. Bitch to. It's the one.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. He nods enthusiastically. No doubt, a little.
Oh, all right.
It's as if time has. You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw. Yeah, screaming isn't happening on account of extreme shortness of breath. All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. Cop suffers final heart attack.
Funny game. Funny game. Funny game, zero healing, ультра хардкор и так далее и
Go
тому
speak to
подобное. Бла-бла-бла.
Andre. I'm just annoyed.
You see,
hello.
there is his
This is my
М.
together with a settled burger. Honest, yeah, place. I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth.
Так.
Us, yeah,
an attempt.
I'm talking
Don't burn. Well,
and
Healing's good. This calls
yes. I was. Oh, people. So you're gonna look into it. All right, man.
Andre's obviously
yeah.
very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is.
I had to do it in an hurry.
Not. Of course.
All right.
It's as if time.
Nice meme.
Go speak.
You see,
hello.
His grip.
This is
The young.
egg. We have many.
That
You see, honest, yeah, play. Which brings me to.
an attempt to.
I'm talking
Don't burn. Well,
and
Healing good. This
yes. I was. Oh, people. So you're all right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously.
Truth is, I don't really know. Well,
This machine.
when I first wanted. Oh, And it, no,
For this man,
not exactly. We've just said, like, it was,
not
it was this, yeah, it was,
odd. Crabs are you?
yeah, shit up.
There probably is no crab man. Don't let.
Well,
This is a below feeble attack.
hey now, don't let all, you should, like, it was,
Not
it was this, yeah, it was,
odd.
crap, yeah, shit up.
There probably is.
Sure. What? Of course, alright.
You sense the trajectory.
Finally.
The young man. The word like a tequila sunset. Of course you are.
Not long, like a week maybe? I'm super.
Somewhere in the ruinous.
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I assure you, officer, this is not what's happening here. I'm at least 80% sure they're alive. I mean, come on. Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives. I knew you'd get it.
It feels good to be the smart cop, doesn't it? That's a good cop. He nods attentively, ready to answer the questions.
Not long, like a week, man. Thank you. Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Oh, yeah.
If you don't know what the founding party,
You know, meteor.
one of the poorest of the first world,
Come to, and they have roots in ancient mass society. You're love you make some.
you feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you,
Oh, he's coming. You're
and where feel
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Do it. I didn't.
the one with the large head.
Yes. Yeah. It's the one.
It's like he's.
Yeah. Good. Yes.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Я убежден, что ты сообразительный коп. Ясно.
As always.
Все, окей. Не, подожди, сначала вот эту штуку
The
сделать.
litany of contact Mike.
Ладно, контактный миг. Если это фигня, я в силе все покажу.
5,000 to 1 ranked outsider. No one saw it coming. The mantle of a game changer demands intangible qualities. Fights are not won. You're thinking instead of doing detective work right now. Fights are made, blow by blow. Let's take it, Mike to the Mikey. Some low-intensity part of you has entered a sports cliche-driven fugue state. And it's not
Все
necessarily
белые
a bad thing.
проверки разблокированы.
Mike
Физиология.
knew what it took to win. He just wanted it more.
Ну ладно. Не выглядит чем-то крутым, но ладно.
So that's fine, man. But I've got to warn ya, our signs are still off. It'll take some the odd.
It's not easy to reach a.
Yes, weird wires.
The People's Republic of Samara is a.
Nothing's wrong.
The sickest. That's perhaps.
Most of psionic powers, pale.
Так, все. Теперь я сохраняюсь. Видите, я сохранился. Я вышел. И я могу двигаться. Я двигаться не могу. Это не сперва не скачай, я просто в такой же ситуации оказался уже. Один раз. Ну, кайф. Can you teleport on the map? Oh yeah, you're right. Wait, can I tell you? I can't. There's no quick travel. I can't. I can't quick travel. I can't do shit. I literally can't do anything. А почему Ким идет, а я не иду? Я говорить с ним, я ничего не могу делать. 7 low, I don't think this will work, but I guess let's try. Okay. Good.
The shaggy-haired girl kneels on the sea ice. She looks up as you approach.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me
Да,
telling
да, я
you.
через зад пробовал малировать.
She's less prone to blurt it out, Crab Man, than the others.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still. And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out.
Like a crab, you say?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Come on, she obviously could. She already went into detail.
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way.
A crab and a banger?
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw. Why? Okay then. They certainly do around me. My associates? Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
To the cops.
Me? I'm a silver bird. Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
Окей. Это время засейвится. Хорошо. Походим здесь, что-нибудь найдем. Чуваки летают. Подожди, там был телефон. А здесь чего? А? О, дверь.
An old door worn by elements. Guards.
Сколько?
The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while.
It's military. A service depot of some sort. The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay.
You rattle the handle a bit, then push on the door with all your weight. It does not budge. Not only is it locked, it's also jammed shut.
We don't get in there. Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get in through every single door.
No. We've gotten into every door thus far. That's what we do. We open doors. We're cops. That's our perk. Even Everard knew that's a part of our MO.
Yeah, I understand you. Relax. No one's hiding in there.
At least you can think about opening it. About doors in general. They are, after all, fundamental to your life.
It's military. A service depot of some sort. The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay.
An old door.
The washer.
Whatever. Окей. Так, это ловушка, по идее.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the reeds sway in the coastal. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end. Surrounding the narrow strip of land, locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed pheasant.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go. Surely.
The reeds sway in the coast. The wind picks up here. The reeds sway. The wind.
Окей, это здесь повтор. Так, давайте еще выше сходим. Может, наверху еще что-то будет. Надушенный шарф, трепет, грубая сила. Ага. Подожди, а то, что я сейчас подобрал? Трепет, грубая сила, электрохимия, техника. That door is impossible to open. Это. Логика. I need to get like a lot of health, I think. But I have no idea where exactly do I get it anyway. И, возможно, типа там в магазине, наверное, можно взять, но все же. Они же дорогие там. Риторика, эмпатия. Поло. Окей. Так, ладно, давайте сходим в церковь. Правда, там с ней поговорить что-то нужно.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock. The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. 2 large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold. The surface is smooth from the wind. The carving, the doors, this cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. You see a yellow circle with 2 X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead. There is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen before. He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up.
No. Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency. I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth. That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set.
О, техника. Так, хочу технику. У меня есть шмотки на технику. Мы сейчас ее разгоним. Техника. Так, где еще? Так, где техника? Техника. И все. Эта технику мне не дает. 72%.
Your hands are clammy from the sea air. The piece of sticker keeps slipping away. lieutenant hands you a blue handkerchief. He looks a little dismayed when he gets it back crumpled. However, it should be easier to peel the sticker off now. There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb. Voila! Looks very modern. You're part of the future brigade now, and so is your formerly humdrum ledger. Neon, baby. The lock turns easily.
Let's go.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doomed commercial area. Its black halls and dusty machines. Then the feeling passes. A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum in the heart of the city.
Красота. Здесь нужно идти, а не бежать. Идем и не бежим, значит. Ладно. Как скажете. Где у меня +1, +1? Так. Третье самообладание. Бла-бла-бла. Электрохимия 40. Концептуализация. Не-не-не-не-не-не. Давай лучше вот эту штуку. Как раз то, что надо. Болевой порог, сила воли. Не, рано. Рано. Рано.
The luxury of fine things. Just look at those black monk straps. After spending an entire day hustling, who's to say that you didn't deserve ridiculously expensive shoes on your tired feet? Beautiful things give you a rush. It's power, crafting your style, draping your flesh in silk and leather, deciding how to present yourself to the world. Remember, when they come to take it away from you, you worked for those shoes. Whether you like it or not, wearing these shoes has made you more liberal. They're either a gateway drug or a booster pack to get you deeper. Anti-object.
Что такое Anti-Object Task Force?
Behold, the Anti-Object Task Force has assembled. God's avenging angel, arrayed against the lower emanations of the darkened one. Shoe racks, tape recorders, motor carriages, and doors. So many doors. You're not just pounding it all to pieces. You're reforging the universe, from the anvil of the heavens to the worms below. Indulge in it. Be bold. Have an impact on the shape of creation. Out of the furnace of your rage. A new reality.
Нападение на физический объект
You
компенсирует
should
урон.
trash your room again.
Одна единица здоровья, я так полагаю. Нет, не одна единица. Я что-то не понял, подождите. Я что-то не понимаю. Ну или там понимаю, но не понимаю. Ясно, окей. Оставлю просто этот левелап на потом. Хильцы должен. Я думаю, маловероятно. Я думаю, что просто урон. Типа, если у меня была одна единица урон, значит она у меня такая останется одной единицей. Ну, то есть 1-1 равно 0. То есть, по сути, нивелирует урон от того, что я бью что-то. О, штаны. Или это не штаны? Шелковый шарф мискийского гангстера. Так, а где там паук-гангстер, который спускается тут с церкви? Башмаки, деньги. Это железка.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case. It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
A quaint little box of radio waves. You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you.
Good afternoon, votre accident on Saint-Brun. This is the East Elysium repeater station 1.
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log? I have 2 machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brun, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brun, that's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine? That's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with? Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
Still, no. I am contractually obliged.
I'm afraid we are not doing...
Now, can you received? I will read votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Good.
Let's look around.
Votre accident.
The machine's keyboard.
Так, окей. Нам нужно найти пароль. Нам нужно найти пароль.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel. Cold wind seeps in from the crack in the glass. Snowdrifts cover the floorboards at your feet. Above, you feel her multicolored eyes on you, inspecting you, as if under a microscope. As that bitter thought passes through your head, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder. With good call, she left us all in the shits. Don't give her a single thing. Just stand there in the apricot-colored light of the window, secretly grinding your teeth. The woman smiles her distant smile, unmoved, struck in half by
Почему у меня есть 2 проверки? Интересно.
Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever as it haunts all men. The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit. More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate innocent rule should it coincide with our time. An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office. No, we are alone. Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene La Navigateur, Queen of Suresnes, modern-day Sir La Clé. Also that she was gorgeous beyond beauty. Draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, dwarfed? The past is a silo of sadness, fermenting. You should keep away. No, you must know. Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state.
What
a scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her. It was on her advice that Irene La Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history. The DeLorean era. Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest. Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt. 300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi, she is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world. Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But terrifying, it's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her. You already do. Although she was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the innocences, some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs. The Mesk state tried to detach itself from innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity, suggesting those who fight against it are not part of humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacentic, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her. This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Lieutenant Yefreiter, you've stood there for over 5 minutes. What are you thinking of, if I may ask? Okay. This church, the coast in general, we shouldn't linger here. This isn't a good place to get lost in. We should conclude our business.
The shards glimmer.
Ты нормальный.
You see little pearls of light on
Ты
the edges of the
нормальный,
crack.
83%.
Female figure. Something was written.
The old woman, it's a minor.
On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago.
They used to. We should be
respectful.
Нет,
The pang of guilt.
я это проскипаю.
The lieutenant is.
I have a theory. The old woman. Well,
how come the lieutenant isn't sure?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them. I am pretty sure it was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything more about it. Good luck. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our... Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we...
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
I have no idea what you mean.
Все, сохраняемся. Я просто в шоке, что как бы, ну, 83% шанс я не смог пройти. Я не в шоке даже, я просто... Что это? 83%. Ты нормальный? Как можно было закинуть такую проверку? Так, ладно, значит, я здесь был, и здесь, наверное, что-то есть. А камеру здесь крутить нельзя, нет? Ну ладно. Это все юзалось. Буквы еще тоже сохранились. Так, и тут я был. Тут что, больше ничего нет, никого нет. А только тогда этой церкви-то, вот, где мне пароль найти? Что за бред? Где мне найти пароль? Тут ничего нет, тут ничего не светится. Я, конечно, здесь сейчас все прокликаю, но я не понимаю. Я пытаюсь понять, я не понимаю. А? Что это?
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent. And then it's gone. Almost all of it. but for the faintest of hums. It seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow, if not blotted out outright. Truly unusual. You can hardly hear your own breathing. Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total. The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything? I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is. Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing on its premises.
Please, detective, not this again.
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the
Восприятие
tower
зрения.
overhead.
Красная проверка. Восприятие зрения. Красная проверка.
The silence, the darkness. They relax. It'll be okay.
На меня сейчас что-то упадет?
Just darkness without end. It makes your head spin. There's nothing. You're dizzy and disoriented as you see dark and more dark rising.
Officer, what are you looking at?
Filled with vague shapes of woodwork, the sense of a great height.
О!
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you
Кто?
with dark eyes. Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
Это... Ты кто?
Is that a man? Looks more like part of the carpentry of the building came alive and is now studying you intently. The Crab Man.
Хе-хе, the Crabman.
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
That accent is Villalobos,
Wow,
a peninsula
nice.
in Metz
Yay.
and a district
Поехали.
in general.
Фармёжка,
There's a
деньги.
sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesks in Rivershore. Hold on. Stop it right there. Pussy, what's with this?
You really got a case of frayed nerves, pussy. And this usage comes from pusillanimous. Everybody knows that.
Oops.
Chill out, man. Here you could receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of that despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it. Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc El Vino is wrecking on your mind and your spirit. Necesita parar, homie.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game? 'Tis not an act, my liege. Save him perchance he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot.
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa.
Viejita is grandma?
No, I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. That's what I said, Holmes. Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests. I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Too many times, Essay. You need it for something.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety. The lieutenant raises his eyebrow, but doesn't say anything.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death. What you think of that? Makes me almost pity la niñita pequeña when I hear it. Never known myself to be a crab, but if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it. I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over there?
Sure am. Whittling wood used to be something I just did to busy my hands. Now I use those same hands in service of something greater than my own restlessness.
All right, let's consider the context and meaning here.
It's all just for the mother, man. No need to overthink it. I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone. That's not really the point, I say. You gotta give yourself over to service.
Do you remember your name, sir?
The lieutenant is not particularly interested in this information. He's just trying to assert some control over the conversation.
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore. That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters. This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there, a way out into nothingness. This church was built for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly. I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have them. I don't need them anymore.
Helix, я не знаю.
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior. You know a thing or two about that.
No. There's a new god in town, and she can be painted or sculpted because she has no limb or even a face. She is the end. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes. Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was.
Короче, внутри церкви что-то есть какая-то дыра.
The past is nothing to me now, Way. It didn't belong to me. I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory. I ain't from no Marietti, if that's what you're thinking. And the song I sing is silent as the mother.
Marietti is a mesque style of music and dance,
Я получаю
commonly seen at all
деньги, я уже
level
фармлю.
festivities, especially weddings. It's delightfully quaint, owing to its peasant origins.
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own self.
I heard that before, Way. And I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night?
There are drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
She took you for a good spin, huh? Don't worry, bro. That love is but a drop compared to the ocean of the mother's love. The mother will eat all of you and never spit you out. I know it will take time.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
Something like that.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me. Wouldn't bother me none to have them spin music in here. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
I think we're done here, Essay.
That was, however.
Так. А, и он исчез. И все. Я не могу с ним больше пообщаться. Блин, ладно, так, окей, говорим с компом.
The machines keep this.
Good evening.
Так, пароль.
Good. I have unlocked the filament. Votre accident is there.
The machines keep. The printer prints out a long text document with the first entry made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while. Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local...
Потому что будет посмотреть вторую машину, которая в торговой зоне расположена.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. 7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
Antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help. Heard the others are back to making art.
Обратились к Zen-сетлеранеру за помощью ясности.
Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers, but at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Okay.
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the
Очень
author's fault.
странно.
Let's just keep reading.
Все очень странно.
I think these people worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw in the Doom commercial area.
Да.
They must be our former co-workers.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the...
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment.
Дальняя часть...
But I
Во,
did
дальняя
discover
часть
a
церкви, там, где мы
curious
были.
audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
Нормально.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with the machine.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
О, привет.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
Well, you won't find any music venue organizers here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
А через сколько?
What is it? Yes. Or no. Not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
I am Sora Lukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager.
No. Yes. No. You're right. I'm not.
Uh,
You really like those questions, don't you? I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out. I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
Exactly. What does it mean?
Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's
Ясно.
impossible to measure nothing.
What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing
То есть, с
have?
одной стороны, у нас есть труп, который
How
нужно
do you
расследовать, с другой
measure
стороны, у нас
something
есть
that
тут
does
какое-то
not
ничего,
exist?
которое нужно расследовать. Что за...
Easy. You measure it by the world around it.
Exactly. Very true. That's what I've been aiming for. That's why I have those basins. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence.
Hydro transducers. So that's what those water basins are. Devices for recording sound through water.
But honestly, it's not progressing very well. Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work. Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
То есть эта прорезь где-то наверху находится? Наверху же у тебя крыша. Как дырка может находиться в крыше?
Strange things may flourish in the dark.
О, я не
There's
понимаю.
this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place. I know. No, I don't.
She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning.
Great. Thanks. What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Вам что, 40?
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music. This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here. Take a guess, why don't you? I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Ну ладно, ладно.
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
Yeah, I guess.
I use the AR-1 as my RAIN Prefect's processing unit. RAIN Prefect is my radio computer. Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you? Alright. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you on the front, the unified front of radio waves, licensed and controlled by Lintel in the East Insulindic region. It's all around us. That's what on air means.
Like love.
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling you this. It calmed her nerves.
They are connected to my reign prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
I'm working. Could you just shh for a moment?
It's not just rudeness.
Great.
Yeah, I guess so.
The swallow, you mean? What about it? Great.
Okay. Ooh.
Winter, slow to let go of Revachol. Flecks some more wet snow from above. The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. It has been a cold year. All things waiting for spring will have to wait. Looking up at the sky, melted snow dripping from your hat. The sky is full of great battleships. White clouds collide with one another, and the world is drenched with their debris. The melting snow seeps through your thin clothes. Grandmothers don't let their grandchildren out dressed so lightly in this weather. At least your hair is protected from getting wet and sticking together. You look around. More winding coastlines lined with abandoned buildings. Crumbling piers, salt water lapping at their dark piles. Grey and red forgotten city blocks. What remains of the pre-revolutionary effort to gentrify the coast. The waters turn black. Coal City in the shadow of San Martin. A boom town. Back when coal extracted from countless shafts near the city was needed to power Revachol. No more. The coal was supplanted by petroleum from the ocean floor and hydropower from the Esperance. Everything crumbled. These days, only the weakest remain in Coal City. Their hopes of getting rich linger in the defunct shafts under their feet.
Nah.
Old mines. L'Océan Municipal. Revachol's underground cemetery. Le Petit Rat braved the underground passageways, trying to get to Le Royaume. Children under 14, they go underground looking for artifacts to sell to foreign museums and for fabled relics. Their parents let them. They go deeper. After rubies, Melchiorite, lapis lazuli, plundered from Safle and Seol during the time of the suzerain. In the burial chambers of the kings, Grand Old Philip, Guillaume II, and even in the mausoleum of Philip the Opulent. 2 kilometers underground, in a winding shaft along whose walls mirrors have been placed, so that daylight may eternally fall upon the richest of all the kings. The mausoleum contains untold quantities of gold, and that special, purest of the pure magenta cocaine. How can it be pure if it's magenta? Snow falls, and there is no answer. Some things are not for mortals to know. Few Petit Rat return from the shafts. Even fewer find what they're looking for. A small child steps out of the black tunnel with silver trinkets in her pockets. All around her, white snow on the extinguished coke furnaces and on the weather-worn shacks where fathers beat their sons after drinking. The snow melts on your fingers, turning to water. The canal you crossed to get here and beyond it. Martinez proper, the district the police forgot to police. There is laughter, lights, attempts at entrepreneurial activity, cynicism. Someone is scraping snow off their windshield at the roundabout, in the midst of which a statue of Philip III serves as a destination for grade school field trips and a fine perch for winter birds. Like all monuments, it's also a warning. 6-story ruins on the south side of the roundabout cast a long shadow over the profligate king. A fenced-off yard. There's a truck belonging to a logistics company parked next to the gate. Bright light from a building behind the fence reflects off its hood. Clean white light coming from the windows of a clean cube-shaped office building hidden amidst ruins. A secret. The abandoned church, its walls covered with hoarfrost now. One of Lisette's sœurs. The other 6 sisters were destroyed during the revolution. A serpentine strip of land weaving its way into the Martinez Inlet. Unfortunates on the run from the law, from themselves, sometimes hide out on nearby islets. Little dots in the ocean that are occasionally submerged when the tide is high and the weather foul. Then there's Ozon, but the snow falls too thick. You cannot see that far. The Bay of Revachol. Vastness, great depth, over 1,200 meters at its deepest. Water, air brinier than here. It is crisscrossed by huge cargo ships bearing company logos. Wild pines, Zam, Morian, and at the farthest reaches of the Bay of Revachol, the shadow of the coalition warship Archer, on perpetual patrol duty, ready to unleash artillery fire if you were to rise up against the market. The raised motorway, 881, separating Martinez from Jamrock. Vehicles whoosh past one another day and night, while those who reside in the labyrinthine alleyways beneath the motorway attempt to carry on with their lives in the snow and the slush. And south of the 881 is the Pox.
Назвать, конечно, место Язова, это очень интересное решение.
Was once a park, a place for reflection and recuperation for the patients of the old military hospital. In the 20s, it was used as a quarantine center during a measles outbreak that killed many children. Most everyone has avoided the hospital and surrounding park ever since. The Pox is completely wild now. Evergreen thickets covered in snow and industrial dust. Feral dogs and even wolves roaming in packs. The police try to keep the deepest corners cordoned off. Heavy drug users do slip through and hole up in the old military hospital, hoping to find something to get high on among the hastily abandoned supplies, or just to overdose in peace. A line of motor garages with armored carapaces hunched in the cold. A mechanic is hard at work, patching up bullet holes in the side of a Capri 40. These are the garages of Precinct 41. Snow settles on the roof of the repurposed silk mill. It serves as your station. Shivering RCM personnel hurry in and out of the main entrance. Around you, the snow continues to fall. To the west, the ocean swells. The stairs descend to central Jamrock. A man named Cooklove has a snow-covered stall there, in the market across the bridge. He sells kebab infested with fly larvae to your colleagues who will make them immune to food poisoning. Snow falls on the utility district, the library, the florist, the Sarah Mauritian restaurant that offers homemade wine, and also on the brothels and drug dens, and the chop shops of the Zemlyaki. All of this built around a lake that formed in a meteorite strike. At the center of this lake, there is a little ship. There are lights at the bottom of its hull. They are lights directed toward the seafloor, looking for something. A chill comes over you, crawling down your back. The sand under your feet is wet. Somewhere in the south, tarpaulin flap in the wind. Coalition aerostatics hang like layer upon layer of sand, poisoned with industrial runoff. The storm drainage, hidden bunkers. Rats scuttle. Someone stuffed a big old polar anorak into a concrete pipe under the boardwalk. It would keep you warm. You will probably never happen across it, but who knows?
We should keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up?
Побежали наверх. Побежали, 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 побежали. Мы бежим, очень далеко бежим. Скорость нереальная. Радиовышка. Ну ладно. А подожди, я оттуда могу выйти, по идее. Там просто зона, которая не обследовала. Окей. По левой же части, по-моему, ничего нет. Я ведь правильно помню? Ну, типа того, да. Да, давайте вернемся к рейверам. Кстати, где они? Дети все еще тут сидят, играют. Лилиан все еще здесь.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast.
Внушение 0.
Remarkable. That one already lost everything else, and now his jacket too. It's a good thing too that he has an actual police officer looking for it. Good old doom spiral. Upper management to the core.
That's odd. Is she actually impressed?
How sweet of you. It really is. I check around the abandoned fish market on the boardwalk. Drunks are inexplicably drawn to markets. Might be why they have such trouble staying in business.
A phenomenon that the spectral hand theory of the market fails
It's a
to account
3% chance.
If one of them lost something, that's as good a place to start looking as any.
A 3% chance. I can't get a 20% chance going, or like 83, but the 3 of what the.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea? An installation. Us poor people are stupid and don't get installations. All I see is a heap of trash. This actually calls for a funeral, I think. Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all. Why odd? Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans.
Life world. Someone's been reading up on last century Gottwaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Oh yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not...
Absolutely. Things like what, for example? Oh? Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Do I save scam to date her or what? I don't really have much to... To equip, yeah. Not much I can do. Well, okay then, I guess.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down.
Oh,
Aye, the sea's gonna... Aye, the sea's gonna calm...
Рим.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm...
4.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down.
5.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down.
6.
Aye, the sea's gonna... Aye, the sea's gonna... Aye, the sea's...
Хорошо, что вот
Aye, the sea's gonna...
восстановление боевого духа намного раньше идет, чем все остальное.
Aye, the sea... Aye, the sea's gonna calm down.
you think
Oh.
she really needs more of that after a man died at sea?
Wow, that was easy. Who could have thought? This is so easy, holy shit. Critical success. Insane.
What if I told you it is actually possible to go on a date sober? Before recorded history, men and women were able to do simple, very primitive things together sober. Acknowledge the situation and keep it basic.
Да, я согласен, кубики сломались.
I have, and I don't really.
You just want to go for a walk. What kind of a monster doesn't want to go for a walk? Walk.
Just a walk? I don't know, officer. I would not have taken you for an innocent perambulator. Where would this walk take us, officer?
Nothing creepy, strange, or out there. Keep it eerie and simple.
Officer, I thought we had a walk of our own in mind. What?
Oh no. You come with us. Seriously, I insist. You need to understand that nothing is going to happen. We're just walking. That's it.
Having the lieutenant along is a fail-safe measure against any possible funny business.
I guess I can come along for a quick stroll. I mean, if the ma'am insists, of course.
I do, yes. Stroll on the beach sounds nice, doesn't it? All right, I'll see the kids haven't killed each other and...
She doesn't wait for an answer. You better get ready.
Ничего не знаю. Так, 20:45. Встретитесь в следующий раз. Alright, I'm really fucking tired. Я устал. Я очень сильно устал. Я хочу отдохнуть.